Good morning and welcome to the Morning Expresso by the Indian Express. My name is Rahel Philippos and here is today's big story. From massive hydel projects in Arunachal Pradesh and Assam to an international airport in Goa, a mine in Odisha run by one of the world's largest coal producers, and a river linking project in Madhya Pradesh. These are among 6 mega projects where stringent conditions to compensate for the project's high environmental impact have been sidestepped according to an investigation by the Indian Express. And now for our stories exclusive to the Indian Express. The centre is likely to come out with an expression of interest in the sale of IDBI Bank by the end of March, but will not offload its entire stake in the bank in one go, Department of Investment and Public Asset Management Secretary Tuhin Kanta Pandey has said. The government will also file the draft heading prospectus or the primary prospectus of Life Insurance Corporation with the market regulator next week and expects to list it on stock exchanges by the end of the financial year. And here are our stories from the front page. Calling Beijing's move to pick a Chinese soldier who was involved in the Galwan incident as an Olympic torchbearer regrettable, India said that it will not attend the opening or closing ceremonies of the Winter Olympics beginning on Friday in Beijing. This in effect means that New Delhi will boycott the Olympics at a diplomatic level, although it will send an athlete for the event. With a week left for the first phase of the Uttar Pradesh assembly elections, cracks are beginning to appear in the opposition front, with one of the partners of the Samajwadi Party-led alliance returning the seats that were part of its share. The Apna Dal K was to contest 18 seats as part of its alliance with the SP. But trouble began when the SP announced its leader Amarnath Maurya as the candidate from Allahabad West, one of the seats on the Apna Dal K's list, and the latter decided to return the seats offered to it. The government has written to the Rajya Sabha Secretariat to disallow an MP's provisionally accepted question in the upper house seeking the reason why India has slipped to the 53rd position in the Economist's Intelligence Unit's Democracy Index. The question, scheduled for a response on February 10th, has been asked by TMC MP Shanta Chetri. Next up are our must-read stories. He is among the last of Chambal's dreaded dacoits, facing over 100 cases including murder. Now Jagan Gurjar is the target of a massive police manhunt across 3 states after he openly issued a threat to Giraj Singh Malinga, Congress's MLA in Rajasthan's Dholpur district, daring the legislator to face him without security. Does the Punjab Congress finally have a chief ministerial face? Well, indications point towards Charanjit Singh Channi. An internal survey conducted by the party found that he was most popular among the aspirants for the top post. Congress sources said that over 50 lakh people were contacted and asked to choose between 3 options: Channi, Punjab Congress chief Navjot Singh Sidhu, and not to name anyone. Rahul Gandhi is set to make an official announcement on February 6th at a virtual rally. This year's budget indicates that growth will have to be public sector driven, according to Jahangir Aziz, Chief Emerging Markets Economist at JP Morgan. You can read his opinion on the IndianExpress.com website. Rahul Gandhi's fiery speech in Parliament, where he accused the Modi government of bringing China and Pakistan closer together, sparked a war of words between the Congress leader and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, who tweeted that some history lessons are in order. Leaders of Pakistan and China have described their relationship using metaphors like higher than the mountains and deeper than the ocean. So what is the history of this relationship? We explain. And finally, right before the U19 World Cup, the coach received a distress call from vice-captain Sheikh Rashid, who broke down and told him that he had tested positive for COVID-19. As luck would have it, he recovered right before the quarterfinals against Bangladesh. He was rusty in his 26-run knock, but it didn't matter, he was back on the field. And when it did matter in the semi-finals against Australia, he showed us exactly why he is being rated so highly. Resilience is Rashid's middle name, and a look at his journey to the U19 team and the World Cup shows you exactly why. And that's all for today's Morning Expresso. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Indian Express's YouTube channel for the latest news updates.